So, what if I told you that a 20-year-old trader might have figured out a way to build a small fortune not by making his trading more complicated, but by making it ridiculously simple? Today, we're going to get inside the head of a young trader named Zane. He's got this purely mechanical, rule-based strategy that he calls his gym. And the best part? He lays out the exact rules for us. So yeah, let's get right into it.
That's a pretty bold claim, right? This is a gem. But what if he's on to something? What if a single, simple strategy really could be a key to consistency? Zane seems to think so. And for him, it all starts with solving one of trading's oldest arguments.
All right, so first up, we're diving into that classic battle every single trader has to deal with. You know the one. It's the war going on between your own mind and the actual trading system you're supposed to be following. So which one really matters more when it comes to making money?
Ah, yes, the great debate. This question splits the entire trading world right down the middle. You've got gurus on one side swearing it's all in your head, while the other side says if your charts aren't perfect, nothing else matters. But Zane? Well, his experience led him to a totally different place.
And this is what I find so fascinating. Look at how his thinking changed. He, like a lot of people, used to buy into that idea that trading success is, 80% psychology, 20% strategy. But he realized that was just wrong. Now he argues for a perfect 50-50 split. And his reason for this shift, it basically flips all the common wisdom upside down. And boom, there it is. This quote is everything. Think about it. You can't just think positive and make a broken strategy work. Zane's whole point is that having a rock-solid, reliable technical system isn't just a nice-to-have, it's the foundation that good psychology is built on. If you can't trust your rules, your mind is always going to be a mess. Okay, so that brings us to the main event. If having a solid system is the real key, then what does Zane's system actually look like? Well, here's his answer. He calls it the 5-minute strategy. All right, let's break down these rules because the beauty of this is how simple it is. Step 1, you just mark the high and the low of the first hour of a trading session, say London. Step 2, you just wait. You're waiting for a 5-minute candle to close, body and all, outside of that range. That's it. That one candle confirms your direction for the day. If it closes above, you're looking for buys. If it closes below, you're looking for sells. But, and this is the key, you don't chase it. You wait for the price to pull back into that original range. That's your entry signal. You target a fixed risk to reward, and that's the whole trade. It's completely mechanical. Now, rules are one thing, but seeing them work is another. So let's actually walk through how Zane used these exact steps on a real, profitable trade he took on the euro. So, the scene is set. It's the London session, he's watching the Euro-USD pair, he's not guessing, he's not predicting, he's just sitting there waiting for the very specific conditions of his 5-minute strategy to line up. And there it is. The first hour of trading forms that clean range. Then you get that 5-minute candle closing strong above the high of the range. For Zane, that's the signal. The debate's over. The bias for the day is now to buy, period. And he now considers the low of that first hour a strong low, a level that he thinks the market probably isn't going to come back to. Okay, so the bias is confirmed. It's not a question of if he's going to buy, it's just a question of where. Now comes the patience part. He just has to wait for his exact entry trigger. So the price does exactly what the rules say it should. It pulls back into the range, right to a little zone he calls a breaker block. Now he just watch us. He waits for a simple 2-candle pattern that shows him buyers are stepping in and rejecting lower prices. And once he sees that, on the open of the very next candle, he hits the buy button. No hesitation. Stop loss goes right below that little zone, keeping his risk incredibly small and well-defined. And what was the result of all that patience and just following the rules? A clean, stress-free 1 to 5 risk to reward winner. No gut feelings, no emotional overrides, just pure execution. But here's the kicker. This actually isn't the only way that he trades. And yeah, this is where things get really interesting. Turns out Zane actually operates with 2 completely different trading systems, and each one has its own philosophy, its own rules, and its own effect on his psychology. Just look at this comparison. It tells you everything. On the left, you've got the 5-minute strategy we just went through. It's mechanical. The win rate is a really solid 50–60%, and the rewards are great, like 1 to 5. But here's the most important part. It's low stress. On the right is his other system. It's more discretionary, it's on a higher time frame. The win rate is way lower, 30–35%. But the rewards can be absolutely massive. We're talking 1 to 8, 1 to 12. The trade-off? It's a high-stress way to trade. So you have to ask, right? Why would he prefer this smaller win system when these huge winners are possible? It's all about his life. He calls the 5-minute system his in-and-out approach. He can trade a session, take his profit or loss, and be done. He closes his computer and goes on with his day. He's not holding a trade overnight, checking his phone every 5 minutes, letting it live rent-free in his head. That mechanical system, it protects his mind. And that really brings us full circle to the core idea, the whole philosophy that makes all of this work. And it's a really powerful, kind of counterintuitive idea about what it truly takes to be profitable long-term. I mean, I just love this quote. A restricted trader is a profitable one. He's convinced that the path to making money consistently isn't about having more freedom or more indicators or more discretion. No, it's found in having more rules, more limits, more discipline. It's like you're building a tiny box for yourself, and then you just need the discipline to stay inside it. And so that's the thought I want to leave you with. In a world where everybody is just chasing more, right? More information, more complex strategies, more screens, what if the real secret, the ultimate edge, is actually found in doing less? Maybe, just maybe, success isn't about what you add to your trading, but what you have the discipline and the courage to take away.